So we're already familiar with the basic interface of Maya. So the next thing we want to do is create some primitives. Okay, so that would be all of this. I don't like using the shelf that much, so you might be seeing me going into this menu, create Polygon primitives, and choosing whatever I want to create. Or sometimes I may use the shelf. You could use whatever you want, it's the same thing. So the one that makes you comfortable, it's okay. Okay, so let's create a sphere, and I'm gonna hit Alt and right click so I can get closer. Hit space to maximize my view, and there it is, this primitive. So now what? I want to move it. Okay, so we have our toolbox, right? So let's see what all of these tools do. Starting from here, or maybe this one, which is obviously the cursor, so that's gonna be select mode, and you can see it in here. That's my select tool. It's gonna be used to select stuff. The next one's called lasso tool. It's also used to select things. The next one's called paint selection tool. Is one more way to select things inside Maya. And the ones we're interested in right now are these ones. So move tool, which can be accessed with the W key, will bring up these arrows, and we can click and drag. Hit C to undo. So we can click and drag to move. We can click and drag on the arrows, or we could do it on these little squares, and what they will do is cancel one axis. Okay, so the red one, which is this one, is X, and you can see it in here. The blue one is Z, and the Y is the green one. Okay, so if I use the red square, I will be moving all of my axes except for the red one. Okay, does that make sense? So that would be moving Z and Y at the same time, right? So let's try it. Okay, that's awesome. I don't have to move twice if I want to make a move like this, right? And it's not moving on the red one, which is X. Okay, so I could also do it in this one, and it will cancel out the green one. You see what's going on? So these little squares are very helpful most of the time, so you'll see me using them a lot. Next is my rotate tool. Well, obviously we have this center square, which we can click and move in all axes. I don't recommend it. I almost never use it. I want to have always full control of what I'm doing, so try not to use it. Now for the rotate tool, the same. We have colors, which represent the axis on which the object is rotating. So we have X, Y, and Z. And this one rotates the object based on the camera, so I don't recommend that either. If you want to rotate 90 degrees in this axis, you can do it like this. There's ways to be more precise than that, and we will get to that soon enough, so don't worry right now. Okay, and this one, which is the scale tool, which lets me scale my objects. Okay, so those are my three basic tools I'll be using to move stuff inside Maya. Let me just delete this sphere, and let's create a cube, and I can toggle these all of these tools with my Q, W, E, and R on my keyboard, and that order, so that's pretty handy. Q for selection, W for translation, E for rotation, and R for scale. Okay, so getting used to this is very helpful, and it'll speed the modeling process a lot. Okay, so now that we have the knowledge of how to create and position and maybe edit a bit some of our primitives, we could maybe do some basic stuff like maybe an ice cream. So let me create this cone, this little sphere, place it like that. And you may have noticed I was using my shortcuts on my keyboard. And I know this is pretty basic, but try to do it yourself. Try to get used to moving stuff, creating objects and repositioning them to create